man. It is your boy West Coast with the three amigos of cowboy content, man. Here to bring you guys your daily dose of cowboy content in an uncut way and no way that anybody else could bring it outside of us, man. So I got your boy West Coast in the building, and along with West Coast, man, I got that boy HTM from HTM Sports, and then I got my guy Landlord from Alabama, which is spelled Alabama. If you didn't know, I'm
You
just saying,
got it.
you might not know. You know what I'm saying? But yo, fellas, what's up with y'all this morning?
Man, living righteous, my boy. Just here, just want to feed the street with some of this Dallas Cowboy content, man. You know, it's Resurrection Friday, so we had to bring the streets back to life, man.
I got to
Yes,
feed
sir.
the streets. What's up with you,
You
landlord? What's
gotta
good?
feed the streets. Yeah, I like that song. But yeah, man, we just in here trying to cook up some of this good old Cowboys content for the people, for the streets. A lot of people off, but the trap keep on moving. You understand? We gotta keep on doing our thing. So we trying to come with it, man. What's happening?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I need that trap. I need that trap sound bite. I'm gonna start. I'm about to load my. I started watching these. I got this dope soundboard, but I just ain't watched the damn instructional video. I'm one of those. I don't need the instructions, and I threw the. Yeah, I mean, I threw the instructions away, and it kind of feels like I might need those instructions. So I've been watching some YouTube videos, but hey, I've been watching some YouTube videos. So yo, we will be getting our soundboard game up. Trust me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna need that trap sound.
I
But
got
yo,
you.
you guys already know whenever we goes live, it's always three things you guys must do. First thing you must do is you must hit that share button. So I need everybody right now, no matter where you're watching at, to go in and hit that share button. Hit that share button. Share the content right now. We sitting at 0 shares over on West Coast content. So I need all of you guys who are watching right now to hit that share button. And then the next thing I need you guys to do is what's called stars. What are stars? Stars are a monetary way that you can show the content creators that you rock with the content, that you watch the content. So on Facebook, they're called stars, and on YouTube, they are called super chats. You know what I'm saying? So I need everybody. What we're going to do is I'm going to say your name. As I say your name, I need you guys to hit that star button, and then I need you guys to hit that share button. You feel me? Now, also, I'm going to tell y'all this right now. On YouTube, the way YouTube is set up, I can only shout you guys out. We can only shout you guys out on YouTube if you guys actually say something in the comment box. So don't be a weird cowboy fan and just sit in the background, window shopping, not saying anything. Make sure you guys say something to us on YouTube so that we can show you guys some love back. You feel me? Because
Don't be with that eagle behavior now. Don't
yeah,
be
that's
behaving like an
Now,
eagle.
hey, don't you disrespect our fans like that? They don't run around eating shit.
Please don't.
That's true. Hey, that's true. Hey, but I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't eating shit, but I do want to feel so happy. At least I think about it. You feel me? If you get what I'm saying, if you get what I'm putting down, you know what I'm saying? I do. I wouldn't mind being so excited. I feel like eating it though. But yo, man, let's go ahead and jump into it, man. Hey, man, on Facebook, I got my boy Joe Trantrina watching. I got Miss Rose watching up in here. I got my boy Dan. What's up with you, Dan? Appreciate you. I got my boy Bubba up in here. What's up with you, Bubba? Hey, landlord, let me know who's watching over there in the trap, man.
Okay. Let's see who I got, man. I got my boy T Smooth TV in the building. I got You Got Us the Poet, Michael Lockhart, Choctaw Montana, DP Johnson. Hey, we in the building, man. Shout out to everybody rocking, man. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then, hey, HTM, let me know who's over there watching with you guys, man.
Yeah, man, I got T Smooth TV over here as well. Michael Lockhart over here as well. Also, I'm still doing the raffle, $5 per entry. All you got to do is send it to $ Henny the More on Cash App, and every entry will get you entered into a chance to win a Dallas Cowboy jersey of your choice. We're doing this from now to the 25th before I leave out for the draft. So if you want to enter and get a chance to win a Dallas Cowboy jersey, just send the $5 to the Cash App.
Yes, sir. And also in the comments, make sure you guys put raffle in the comment box so that it makes it easier and for accuracy. Make sure you put raffle in the comment box on on there. And if you send like $10, put two raffle. If you send $20, put four raffle so he can, you know what I'm saying, make this thing as easy as possible. Why? Because man, I got four people's winnings from the 49er game who never even sent me their address. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, man. Also, put your address in the comment box. Make it easy as possible for us to get this stuff out to you. and then also to my person who won the umbrella, the hat, and the I got still got the damn jacket. I gave away a whole Dallas Cowboys snow jacket, and the guy and I still ain't the person still ain't sent me their address. So make sure when you guys send your raffle in, put your address in the comment box, and then also put your address in the comment box, and then also put how many times that you're sending that raffle. But go ahead, fellas, let's jump this thing off, man. Hey, real quick, shout out Tim Miller and Chris Hall. I see y'all.
Shout out to everybody rocking, man. Miss Etta Lockhart. What's happening? Texas bred Cowboys. Let's get it. Cowboy Brian, Michael Archer. What's happening with everybody? But, we just jumping into content, man. I was thinking, with the departure of our brother, Mr. Ezekiel Elliott, we need to start thinking about the importance of the pass pro from our running backs. So we know that it's not a strong suit with the K. It's not strong with the K for Mr. Tony Pollard or Malik Davis. Do y'all think that's like a testament to some lackluster line play, or do y'all think it's just going to be a big time part of what we need right now?
Well, I'm gonna put it like this: around the league, there are running backs that don't quite, pass block very well, and then there's plenty of them that are good. They're still good. You look at somebody like Alvin Kamara, who doesn't really pass block at a high level. At this point in his career, he's not even asked to even try to do it, right? So like there are running backs that can't pass block at all. They're still very effective. But over here in Dallas, like even though no pass blocking may not be the most important aspect of a running back, it's still important for us because of the offensive line play that we do have. So while you would like for the Dallas Cowboys to improve their offensive line play, because we've been towards the bottom of pass block win percentage for the last three seasons, if I'm not mistaken. This year we were like 28th. The year before we were like 23rd. So when you actually look at what we have going on, it's important for us. So until we actually solidify the offensive line, until they decide what they want to do with Tyron Smith, till they decide, what direction we're going to go with, who's going to be the starting offensive line unit to get some consistency. We need to get some kind of contribution from the running back and pass pro until we get that figured out.
Yeah, I know you feel pretty strong with the K about it, Mr. West. So what you thinking about it, man?
I see it like this. What other people do for their grass and what they got to do to get it green, is may not work for my grass and for my house and what I got to get it green. So even though there's a ton of running backs, I saw a comment. Someone said, he doesn't. People don't pass block like Zeke, but a lot of people don't pass block like Zeke. What if you said that same statement about quarterbacks? Like, a lot of quarterbacks, aren't winners like Dak, but a lot of quarterbacks, they don't win a lot of games like Dak. You know what I'm saying? Then what would that guy be? He'd be a non-winning quarterback. Then if you don't do those things exactly like Zeke or at a high level, then we can't even really, I'm not even trying to compare saying that. I'm not trying to say that like we're trying to compare guys to Zeke, but we're just talking about in that aspect. But as far as it being an indictment on the offensive line, it definitely an indictment on the offensive line. But at the exact same time, like the Cowboys, due to injury or due to guys just getting paid, because we had two guys just flat out get paid. They didn't, they just went to other teams.
Yeah.
When it comes to the offensive line, they're not aggressive about like replacing and having that high end talent. So, you can't discredit Zeke for being a good pass blocker, and because the team needed it. You know what I'm saying? Like if the offensive line, I think, was doing their job, we would have never known, how well Zeke pass block, except for on blitz packages. And to be honest with you, like when a linebacker is blitzing, a lot of times it's not even just about the offensive line being good. It's about the offensive line picking it up or the quarterback seeing it. You know what I'm saying? There's be times where defensive coordinators do their job. Listen to me, fellas. There's going to be times where defensive coordinators do their job. And
they get paid too.
Yeah, they do what? They disguise the blitz. Well, if they disguise the blitz and it gets through, not Zeke, Lord forgive me. The starting running back, whoever that running back in there, has to then what? Kill his route or kill whatever his assignment is and pick up that blitzing linebacker. So
Yeah.
defensive tackle ain't blitzing because the defensive tackle is always right there in front. It's always going to be a running head start. That's a
Yeah.
cornerback, safety, or a linebacker.
Linebacker, yes.
You know, theoretically, is always the offense pretty much at a disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? Because you know the quarterback ain't blocking nobody. So you know what I'm saying? You got 11 people against 10, basically. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's why the running back dude needs to contribute. But I just wanted to have a discussion of what kind of pecking order it is in running back though. Like, is it a deal breaker though? Because I know it's important. Because if they miss a block, that could be your quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He could be gone.
So actually, maybe I'm not picking it up the way you laying it down. So
like the pecking order, like would that be a deal breaker?
On what?
If you drafting a running back or if you're acquiring a running back, with him being lackluster in pass pro, would that make you say, "Oh, I can't have this dude"?
Well, this is what I say. If I'm trying to use him this year, yes. If I'm trying to use him primarily next year, I might be able to let a dude grow.
So you saying with the people we got on the roster, you hit pass pro go up in the needs right now for a running back you bring in?
I mean, yeah, because the running backs that I have right now aren't known.
They can't do it. Yeah,
they aren't known for doing it.
Yeah, none of them have the ability.
And think about this: Stephen Jones said that he wants to pair Tony Pollard up with a strong brute, basically bruiser back, right?
Yeah.
Well, he said that after they signed Ronald Jones, so that means they don't feel that Ronald Jones is that guy that they're looking for either.
Man, Ronald Jones don't even need to be on the team. But hey, shout out to Marquetta for the $10 donation. They got you 2 entries to the raffle, so you now have 4. So I appreciate you for the support and your participation.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to you. Hey, shout out to Thomas the Spurman too for the $5 stars on the Facebook too. So yeah, so I mean you're gonna have to equate for that somehow, and that's why I've made such a big deal about these tight ends, because when people think about tight ends, the only thing I feel that people are thinking about right now is them doing what Kittle does. But I really wish that people would go watch what Kittle does 70% of his game. 70% of the game, George Kittle is not running down the field catching routes. You know what I'm saying? 70% of the game, George Kittle is on the line of scrimmage or stepping off the line of scrimmage doing tight end things.
Yeah, I told him I kind of look at tight end like a mix between O-line and receiver almost. You know what I'm saying?
And think about this too. Part of the reason why George Kittle and Kelsey are so good at what they do is because, remember, as a running back on a play action, what do you pretend? You pretend you're getting the what? Getting the ball, right? Yeah. Well, on things where you're getting the tight end out in the backfield, 90% of the time, the tight end does what before he goes out and catches the ball?
He pretend he blocking.
Pretend he blocking.
He pretends he's blocking. So that's my thing. Like, if you can't sell that you're a good blocker, a lot of those plays, they'll work, but they're just not going to work as effectively. And you got to remember, too, tight ends and the running backs are also required to do what? They're also required to chip block. That means I need you to go block this man, then still go run your route.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's true. Like I said, like it also is going to depend on the defensive scheme. But like I said, like there's some running backs that don't get asked to do it at all. But like they still have a running back on the team that can do it, right? Yeah. That's why Alvin Kamara is always paired with another running back. Like Alvin Kamara, even though he makes these Pro Bowl selections, like he's never had 1,000-yard rushing season. Like he's like on third down, he is utilized as a passing threat. So, they still have somebody else in there, to do the dirty work for him. So, it's really going to depend how the Dallas Cowboys want to go about it. Because, either Tony Pollard is going to have to get better as a pass protector to be a true every down back, or they're going to have to get somebody to do the dirty work. And there's nothing wrong with either one. But, like it's still a skill set you're going to have to do. It's like when you're driving a car, I guess, to use the analogy. Like, yeah, you might be able to know how to parallel. You might even know how to parallel park. But if you don't know the difference between the gas and the brakes, you're in trouble. So like you got to know how to do all of it.
Yeah. So and the importance of it too is and listen, Cowboy Nation, I'm optimistic with you. I'm just fair with my optimism. I feel like if you go into business and you don't think of every positive thing, you're doing your business a disservice. But if you go into business and you don't think about every negative things that can happen to you, you're also doing your business a disservice. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you gotta be prepared now.
You got to be prepared for both of them. So, but I mean, to keep it real with you, I, I don't, I don't think the Cowboys valued that blocking to begin with, because if he did, I don't even think we're having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? If you
Yeah.
value that now, it doesn't mean that the Dallas Cowboys, it doesn't mean that that person's not good. It doesn't mean that that skill set's not needed. What it just means is this team does not value it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just
Yeah.
think about this. Like, a lot of the bet, like the Chiefs, you never hear about the Chiefs having kicker problems, really. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't.
You never hear about certain teams having problems with the kicker. Want to know why? Because
'Cause they scoring.
not even that they're scoring, but guess what? They value having a decent kicker. So you know what they did? They got one good kicker and they've been growing with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cowboys, we change our kicker every year, bruh.
Is that a sneaky need now that we talking about kicker? Are they gonna draft a kicker?
Kellen Moore is your offensive coordinator. You definitely need a kicker.
You think they
Well,
gonna draft one?
Well, this is the thing. Like, I at least need a kicker that's gonna make the extra points. So like even so, what like it's a lot to ask for your offense. Like, yeah, you just went and scored on a very good defense. Now you gotta get back in the end zone and go for two because the kicker can't do shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to an extent, right? Like, even if you don't have the world's greatest kicker, you at least need a competent one. Like, he need to at least make the chip shots.
Well, that's a 7th round player.
Honestly, me personally, I'm not the best kicker in the think about this. The best kicker in all of this draft will probably get drafted in like the 6th round. So you know what that means? The second, third, and fourth kickers in this draft probably ain't gonna get drafted.
It's gonna be a lot of UDFA kickers out there.
Exactly. So yeah, exactly. The best kicker in all the draft will probably get drafted. Well, the top 2 kickers will get drafted. That means you'll still have 3, 4, and 5 out there.
So you better make sure you better bet your last dollar you're gonna see a lot of kickers we bring in after the draft.
I mean, hey, isn't Robbie Gold out there still, and they ain't got signed by nobody?
Yeah, and think about this. There's also gonna be, after training camp is over, because we are a playoff team. So me personally, I don't want, even if you draft a kicker, what are we saying? We drafting the kicker so he can go out there and kick versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a playoff game? Get the hell out of here, bro.
Kicker is such a weird situation, man. Because where did you get them from? Like, and then because like the ones that's used, they be probably kind of, have emotional damage a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? They might be in their head. They might have been good before and then fell off that mountaintop. So it's like, it's really iffy.
They need to get a veteran and just stick with them. Like, you need to get
somebody who was proven, because you either got veterans that was good or they was trash, because that's now they available. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but see, that's the only thing that's kind of like the life of a kicker, though.
That's what I'm saying. It's so weird. It's so weird.
You're either Dan Bailey or you're Brett Mayer. Like that, there is, you know what I mean? Like, you're either.
I thought about Dan Bailey too. I'm like, we probably let him go a little too early.
We let him go for $4.7 million. It was like $4.5 million or something like that. What's up with you, old dog? Appreciate you for the $5 super chat. He says the top 6 teams has a kicker except us. Facts.
Yeah.
That's Q Dog. I thought that was, I about to say he old dog off Menace to Society.
My bad, Q Dog. I didn't see the little thing at the bottom of your Q.
Yeah.
Q Dog, that's a good point. You know what I'm saying? Also, the top teams also had really good. If you guys also noticed, the top teams also had really dominant tight ends too. So that's something we wanted to overlook. Nobody wanted to say nothing. West Coast said it millions of times, but Kansas City has a really good tight end. 49ers got a really good tight end. You know what I'm saying? Eagles got a really good tight end. You know what I'm saying? Like that's they don't have tight ends that are trying to figure it out. They have guys that are already established. And to be honest with you, everyone except for the Eagles have tight ends that are on their second contract. That means these are veterans. These are established tight ends.
Hold on, I think Dallas Goedert is on his second contract, bro.
He says, somebody says left and allows Schultz ain't dominating or wasn't. Okay, so did you watch the playoffs, Al Kareem Turner? Or did you go to sleep when Dalton Schultz? We scored 6 touchdowns in the whole playoffs. 7.
Scored half of them.
We scored 7 because we scored 6 in the first game, didn't we?
Yeah.
We scored 7 touchdowns in 2 games. Dalton Schultz scored 3. I want to know what was you watching at? And listen to me. You guys don't have to have any respect for what Dalton Schultz is going to do in the future, but you guys got to stop disrespecting him with what he did in the playoffs.
I mean, not even the playoffs, because I know y'all don't like Dalton Schultz, but I'm the numbers guy, so I'm always gonna give you what he did production wise, and he had top 5 production these last 2 years.
That doesn't mean he was done.
Hold on. No. Let me get this out. You are what your numbers say you are. Right? You listen. If a quarterback threw for 50 touchdowns, you would say they were a damn good quarterback, right? So if a tight end, yeah, so that's the same thing. Right? It doesn't matter the name attached to it. So if a tight end is top in all of their, at all their categories at their position, then they're a damn good tight end, because he was over the last 2 years, he was 4th in receptions, he was 4th in receptions, he was 5th in touchdowns, and he was 6th in yards at the tight end position. So that's top production. So you may not like him, you may not think of him that way, but that was his numbers say he was.
Okay, can I ask you guys a question? If Dalton Schultz was never good and Kellen Moore's system made him better, isn't that true about Ferguson? Let's just pause.
You're saying the same narratives go for everybody.
Let's pause for a minute, because I need us to grow, so we don't have to keep arguing about this. If Schultz, because Ferguson only played in one system, so my question is this: if that's true, then didn't it also make 2 tight ends who weren't even drafted? Doesn't that, to be honest with you, that proves my point even more? You know what I'm saying? That proves my point anymore. And then for people to be like, yeah, but Ferguson didn't even play a lot. Okay, so that made you help your decision on why you think he's going to be a starter? Listen to me, fam. Listen, what we're arguing with this, and this is why I don't want to have, that's why I hate having this conversation, because there are fans that are arguing production, and there are fans that are arguing projection. The only difference is most of you guys don't know the difference.
The thing about it with me is, I ain't too mad about it, because I know, I'm not Ferguson. I know what Schultz was. I respect what Schultz was. But the thing about it is, what I'm saying? We had that discussion before. We're going to have to do something. But I'm with y'all if the Cowboys draft a tight end at 26, sir,
bro, if they
draft we marching. Because that'll mean, hey, that was y'all absolutely right. That would have made absolutely no sense at all. None to me. If you let Schultz walk and then drop a tight end at 26, that makes no sense to me. So, okay, if that happens, hey, we ride. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to ride on that one.
Yep. And I'm gonna tell you this right here. If the Cowboys draft a tight end within the first 3 rounds, because you got to think like this, Ferguson.
I lose my shit.
If the Cowboys draft
3 rounds,
listen to me. If the
26,
no, listen to me.
I'm trying to see what Hen said, because he said he'll lose his shit.
Oh, at 26, listen, we're gonna be at the draft. I might try to run up there and tackle Jerry.
listen to me.
I'm going crazy.
Because Dalton Schultz was a 4th round pick. Mm-hmm. Appreciate you, Q-Dog. If the Dallas Cowboys draft a tight end before the 4th round, he is your starting tight end. He is your starting tight end. If you draft a tight end between rounds 1 and 4, he is your starting tight end in 2023. You want to know why? Because he makes double what the other tight ends make.
Maybe more than double, because that's a 4th round pick. That's way different money than being a top 26 pick.
Think about this. Listen to me. And I'm gonna tell you this right here. For all these athletics people saying Ferguson is stronger, listen to me. No, that stuff is not true. Ferguson did not test hard. Dalton Schultz had a faster 40 time. He had a faster cone time. He's taller. Listen to me. You guys have literally sold yourself on an idea. And I'm going to tell you guys this. The crazy thing about it is we're using stats to prove what Dalton Schultz is. You guys are using attributes to talk about Ferguson. He's stronger. How do you measure that? He's a better catcher. How do you measure that with 19 catches? How do you say 19 is better than 68? That doesn't make that's what I'm saying. You guys, we're using so much eye test. And I'm going to tell you, this is the exact same thing that got y'all in trouble with Jalen Tolbert. This is the exact same thing that got y'all in trouble with so many players last year. And I'm going to tell you guys, this is the reason why I go so hard on this subject is because when these players don't end up being these god players that you guys think they're supposed to be 6 months after only catching 17 passes, you guys know what you guys do? You say they're trash.
That's on the front office, though, to me.
But
Putting the wrong expectations on these young players.
But think about this.
That's goofiness.
But it is goofiness. But you know what it also has to be? We have to have intelligent fans who can understand that too. Like with Michael Gallup, I'm going to give you an example. Fans were really expecting Michael Gallup to come in here and be productive after turning an ACL. Why are people mad at Michael Gallup? Why would you?
And if you should be mad at the expectations.
Thank you, and that's what I said.
Hold on now. Let me say this real quick. There were people, I was arguing with that said that Michael Gallup was going to be our number one wide receiver once Amari Cooper was gone. Right. I had real live argument with these folks in these Cowboy groups. Y'all know the groups I'm talking about. Y'all know what gets said. So it's not like we're overreacting. I hope that Jake Ferguson balls, man. I see half potential, but I just don't want to put the weight of the world on these kids' shoulders.
Yeah, I hope Michael Gallup ball again, but it's just look. This is all I'm saying. You gotta look at it from a holistic view. The way they came into the season last year. When you look at, they go back to what we discussed the other few shows ago, those bets they made. They made a bunch of crazy high roll or push all the chips in the middle of the table type bets. They went to Vegas with a bag and didn't care about the results. They betted on CeeDee Lamb. That was risky, honestly. Like, to replace Amari Cooper with CeeDee. Now, we love CeeDee, but I'm just saying, we never seen it before. So it had to be a bet. Like you saying, okay, I'm projecting and I'm betting. We seen him be productive, but we haven't seen him going up against number one cornerbacks being dominant. You see what I'm saying?
And this is the thing. It was a better bet because even though Amari Cooper was on the team, CeeDee Lamb still led you in yardage. So it was a better hedge bet than I seen this much. I seen 2 years of CeeDee Lamb. The last 2 years he had 2,000 yards, this many touchdowns, did this, did that. I can bet on that and more soundly than I can. Well, I got this from this tight end, but these guys right here got 17 catches. You know what I'm talking about?
So let me go over the other ones. That was the first bet. You got rid of your number one wide receiver and replaced them with your, pseudo number two, number three-ish wide receiver and CeeDee Lamb.
You hit on that ticket. Because CeeDee Lamb did it. It took him.
You hit, but I'm just saying. I'm just showing you the nature of it. It was still a bet. You know what I'm saying? Because you never seen it before. It's just like the tight ends. We ain't seen them be number one tight ends. We ain't seen it yet. So it's an unknown. We went to the bank. We hit the jackpot on CeeDee though. Then another one was you banking on Jalen Tolbert to come out of this draft and be productive day one. You lost all your money. You had, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't even get back home after that bet when you left Vegas. Okay, you lost on that one. Then the other bet was you betting on Michael Gallup to be Michael Gallup way sooner than he probably should have been. So that's on you too. You know what I'm saying? We lost 2 bets this year, and we still did pretty good. This is what I'm telling y'all. Like, we still got to the second round of playoff. We still was impressive. We still was a number one offense. But somehow, some way, Dak Prescott trash.
Hey, but
that is crazy.
I'm gonna tell you something though. The reason why I don't get excited about it, though, what you said, because we lost to the same team.
So but we technically got worse, though.
No. But listen. This is what I'm saying, though. We can say all that if we want to say, but you still lost to the same team playing the exact same style of football. So think about this: the Cowboys didn't really get better, bro. We had the exact same record from the week before. Like, we didn't actually get better from. We did, like, literally. We went from having $50 on our account to taking that $50 out of taking that $50 on our account and putting it right back in the account. We still had $50. We had the exact same record. Our offense produced basically the same. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, if you think about it, we lost in the exact same manner. The only difference was this year, the defense actually, for the most part, stopped the run. They did their job. 2021, we couldn't stop the run and we couldn't score. 2022, we stopped the run, we couldn't score. The same thing was still there. So it's like my defense, I can't, if I'm looking at this as a holistic, I can say the team was the same because they had the exact same record. They got a game better.
Think about it though, Wes. Everybody said we was worse when we let go Coop. They was like, man, we gonna win 9 games, 8 games. We technically got worse.
Exactly. Exactly. But I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm gonna say this exact same thing though. That's what fans said. You know what I'm saying? Fans aren't the gauge of truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not
But I'm saying we all felt like we lost some though. When Coop left, we like, dang.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that the team get worse. I'm saying this. The standard of winning 12 games was not even good enough to get you a home game last year. So it's like, we can't, like, I'm excited, and I'm not about to say that last year was a failure, because it's not a failure. It wasn't a failure. But I'm going to tell you this like this. The stakes are higher now. Why? Because now we're trying to go to the playoffs for the 3rd year in a row, something we haven't done since 1996. So it's like, last year was the first time we went to the playoffs back to back, something we haven't done in 10 years. Now we're trying to do something since the last time we won a Super Bowl. And think about this. Think about, when was the last time the Dallas Cowboys had 3 multiple seasons of 11 plus wins? We haven't had
in
that
the 90s
since 96. So it's
also Q Dog sent one of y'all super chat.
Appreciate you, Q Dog, super chat. That was West Coast. Sorry about that, Q Dog. I be on my. Hey, listen, man. I be cooking and I be mad. I'm not mad. I don't see it. And I apologize for that. Shout out Jameson Taylor. Hey, real quick, Father, in the name of Jesus, touch everybody that's in and out of doctors' offices, Lord. Touch them, heal them, Lord. Touch them financially, mentally, and spiritually, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray, man. Jameson, I saw your request for prayer, man. I was just cooking. I didn't want to, be rude, because when you pray, it turns the mood a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I got a something, something that kind of put a damper on my morning too. So one of my son's friends got struck by a car this morning. So, it's kind of it's rough over here on our end. So yeah, we need them prayers.
Father, in the name of Jesus, I come to you right now, Lord. I lift this young man up, Lord. I lift him up right now. I rebuke any spirit that is above him right now, Lord. I ask you, Lord, you touch him, Lord, and you raise him up, Lord. I ask you, Lord, that you comfort any and everyone, Lord, that is affected mentally, physically, or financially by this situation, Lord. We touch it, Lord, and we praise it, Lord, and praise you, Lord. We no longer ask for prayer. Thank you. We just thank you, Lord, for his healing. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. So I'm going to tell you this right now. Going forward, when you pray for someone, we don't ask the Lord for healing anymore. All we do is we thank the Lord for the healing. You know why? Because that's called walking in your faith. You know what I'm saying? So we now thank the Lord for his healing. You know what I'm saying? I thank you, Lord, for healing that young man. I thank you for healing him.
We got to be blessed, man. That was a 13-year-old little girl.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
It was sad, man. The landlord told me that this morning, man. Like, damn.
And she in my community, so it's a little rough this morning.
I feel it. Well, hey, man. Hey, listen to me. This is what we here for, though, man. This is what we here for, man. I'm gonna tell y'all this right here, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had situations. You go on live. I've had situations, and man, I'm gonna tell you this right here. This content is what has been therapy for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there be a lot of times, man, more times than y'all know, that I literally just be getting my ass whipped over here in life. And Henny will hit me up.
Yeah, it'd be rough.
Why don't we just go live, and then you ain't got to think about it for at least an hour and 15 minutes?
Talk it out.
But just to slide back up into it, man. I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. The tight end position. The number one thing that has to happen with the tight end position in Dallas is the value of it has to diminish. Because no matter what we do, we are not in a position to have anyone catching 71 passes and like 31 first downs. We're not in a position to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you only have a little bit of sugar, you might not be able to make Kool-Aid. You might want to go make some sun tea or something. You know what I'm saying? You might want to go do that, but you need to check your sugar first to make sure you can do that. Go ahead, Henny.
Only thing I was going to say is, because you improved your wide receiving core so much is with the acquisition of Brandon Cooks, it should be a wide receiver centric passing attack, because you theoretically you got 2 number 1 wide receivers. Brandon Cook even last year was a number 1, right? And throughout the entirety of his career, he has been a number 1 wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb is an all pro. Hey, shout out to one. He just sent y'all a $5 super sticker.
Oh yeah, we appreciate that to one.
Yeah, so like. Yeah. So, because that is your strength now, you need to utilize it. Because remember, like Jalen Tolbert, he was a top 100 pick last year. And the way I view it, if he was in this year's draft and we didn't know his name, but I just came to y'all and said, "Hey, man, I seen this guy, coming out of South Alabama. He's 6'3", run a 4.4, had over 1,400 yards. Y'all be like, hell yeah, I want him. Well, you already got him. He on your team right now.
That blind resume. And then
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't, like I said, bro, I'm standing on the hill. I don't care what nobody says. I'm not giving up on a kid after 1 year. I'm not.
Sure.
I'm not. Y'all can't bully me into a different idea. I'm not. I believe he can do something. So we're going to see if he get his opportunities and then fail again, then we can have a discussion. But I ain't going to lie, man. I was watching film last night. He ran a couple routes in that Bears game. This boy was coming off the line explosive. Like, no lie, I promise you. And running decent routes, man. I feel like the kid can play. I don't know why he wasn't, they said he was trying to learn and play at the same time, so that pretty much sums up why he couldn't be effective. What did Mike McCarthy say, Wes? He said, basically he was like, you can't play fast if you reading and all this goofy stuff, right? Mm-hmm. You can't play fast. I play wide receiver. Like, if I'm sitting up here trying to decide what I'm finna do and read a defense, like, you ain't gonna be able to be as surgical as you want to be with your route running and stuff, as precise. You thinking too much. Then you a rookie. You already thinking about you coming into the NFL, going up against pros. You thinking about that.
Hey, real quick, hey, Taiwan, I appreciate you for the $5 donation that actually got you into the raffle. So you just earned a spot in the raffle for the Dallas Cowboy jerseys. Appreciate you for the support, brother.
Yeah, and also I'm gonna tell y'all, like, I don't want to have the stickler. Your rookie year for any team, any player is looked at as a development year. There isn't no failure or win or loss when it comes to your rookie season, just because this the NFL. Shout out to Brittany. Hey, shout out to Brittany. Shout out to Brittany for the Cash App, and then shout out to Brianna for the Cash App. Appreciate you, both of you ladies, for the Cash App. But man, I lost my chain of thought. What were you talking about?
Oh, you were talking about Jalen Tolbert.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell you this right now. There's two positions that I can trust the Dallas Cowboy on. Because think about this. When I say these positions, I just want y'all to think for 5 seconds. Because 10 seconds is like 30 seconds when you're alive. 3 seconds, so it'll feel like 10. I'm gonna give y'all two positions. The Cowboys, for the most part, I need sound bites, man. They don't miss.
I don't know why mine don't work on here. Let's see.
Hit it.
Yeah, I heard that.
Hit it.
Yeah. There we go.
Sound bites,
just dropped a nuclear bomb on me.
So what you saying is we on the West Coast in the liquor store by the trap. Trap.
Yes, sir. We lit.
I ain't even know that.
Theoretically, all you have to do is have your sound bites on your same sound, and I should be able to hear anything. Because
I know I tried it before and it didn't never sound right.
So theoretically, guess what? That means you guys can take phone calls too. So
I can pull up the phone right now then.
I ain't about to do that right now, man. He crazy that Cowboy, man. I only got like 10 more 30 minutes. Well, you might be able to get on the lines for a minute.
If we work for the people, Wes. Now we work for the people now. If they want to talk, they gonna talk to West Coast now. And you better not cuss them out either.
Oh man, I'm gonna give them what they want. Yeah.
Joe said it sounded like someone shooting in the liquor store.
They shooting up the liquor store, ain't it, Joe?
Hey, shout out to $5 super chat. Shout out Q Dog. He says Austin Hooper has productive and could have had him for $2.5 million. Like LV did, Las Vegas did. That is cheaper and better than tight end in the first 4 rounds. Dumb. Damn,
we can definitely get a veteran tight end and a veteran linebacker still out here, man. They might be trying to wait until after the draft or something. Because everybody's price gonna go down after the draft. You know that. It's gonna be like the thrift store.
He also says the top 6 teams have a proven pass catching tight end and blocking tight end, except the Cowboys. We have prospects. They're proven tight ends and free agent. West Coast talk about it. Appreciate you, my boy. Hey, man, I appreciate the support. Listen to me, man. I don't ever want to be the guy pissing on your yogurt. I just want to be the guy to just let you know. I just want to be that uncle that, what's up with your auntie Regina Green? I just want to be that uncle to just always remind me that them girls out there, they like you more when you got a nice car. That's it. And they like you
Yeah.
less when you don't. That's it. I'm always keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? If it works out, then it works out. It's not even really about being right or wrong. I think it's more about being like in life, you want to have options. You know what I'm saying? And you want to know all of the options. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's going around. So I think that's what I try to always make sure. Like whenever there's a positive, I also want to make sure that I'm giving, a ample amount of, time to the what if, because
So what you're saying is you old school. That's what it sounds like. Cause look, the young guys, they just tell you the glamorous side of trapping and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's
Trap, 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 trap.
school players like back in our day, they tell you the grim side of it too. You know what I'm saying? So you want to tell both sides of the story. That's realness.
hey, a new trapper gonna tell you go get that Bentley. An old trapper gonna tell you go get a lawyer.
He gonna tell you to get your money and get out.
You feel me? You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? Like, that's the difference. So, I mean, and to be honest with you, it's like, in this blogging game, unfortunately, fellas, the latter is what usually happens, man. Like, tell me, how many times have we been like, this guy's gonna be good, and then he actually does it? You know what I'm saying?
A lot.
And no, I'm not saying, listen, excluding first round picks, like that doesn't really happen very oftenly. I'm gonna tell you what happens is usually we don't know who guys are, and then they play. You know what I'm saying? But there wasn't this mass attention saying that when Dak got drafted, oh, he's gonna be great. No, they're not saying that. That's typical. The NFL is the quintessential man football league, and it literally feeds out young kids. Like
Yeah.
it's harder for a rookie to make it in the league than it is a veteran. And you would think it would be flipped. Why? Because it's more athletic. Rookies are more athletic, but that's not the truth. This is a veteran league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I say, like, you want to have, and there's this thing called veteran savviness that we always want to be having, because when you get in the playoffs, man, listen to me, man, like it's X's and O's, but it's different X's and O's in the playoffs, man.
If we get like 3 people say something about the car, we'll call. But
Yeah, Cleveland just asked about it.
Yeah, if somebody asks me about the trap, it is basically a running joke. You know what I'm saying? When I first started, I looked like I was bootleg, looked like I had the extension cord going from the neighbor house to my house, stealing power. I looked real ratchet out here. So, we just kept it going, you know what I'm saying? Even after I upgraded a little bit, I just kept saying trap, because it looked like I was in the trap broadcast. And so, it's just a running joke on my channel.
Hey, but the trap is, listen to me, the trap is simply anywhere where you engage in business, where you were sat down focused. You know what I'm saying? So if you sitting at your office right now in that little cubicle, in that little 4x4 cubicle, your neighbor keep puting and you can smell it through the thing, that's your trap. Your trap just
where you making your money at, that's the trap. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, if you over there at selling fruit down there by the corner, and you got your phone propped up and you selling the mangoes and the strawberries, and guess what? That's your trap.
Yeah. You can trap in the corporate world too. Wall Street trapper. He got a big platform. He trapping off the stocks. You know what I'm saying? So
that's all it is. That's all it is. And then so let's go. So I think we didn't beat this subject up enough. I have concluded this. Listen, I want the tight end role to diminish, so that the need for it isn't as much as a value.
So I got 1 second. Shout out to Cowboy Brian with the $10 super. He says, I'm with you on Toba. I'm not giving up on him after 1 year. If we don't see progress this year, I might think different. Yeah, get a man a shot. But Wes, you made a good point about like the importance of the tight end. That's up for question now. Because I think Mike McCarthy gonna utilize it differently too. You know what I'm saying? Because Dalton Schultz was a big part of this offense as well. So I understand the concern. You know what I'm saying? I understand the concern, like, how we going to get these plays? But like I said, we had a conversation last night. You know what I'm saying, man? I ain't going to lie, bro. I'm still kind of high on Dak because he get busy in the slot, bro. Like that. I ain't never seen Dak with a slot and not get busy. Go back and look at his history.
And listen to me. And I wish I had a guy that was known for numbers that could like that like could just tell us one day.
That would be outstanding, Wes.
Landlord, listen to me. Like what he'll do is like he'll find out like what's the average tight ends, yards and receptions that they had in like this with Mike under a Mike McCarthy's offense. Like that'll be dope.
He'll be like a human computer, like any type of thing. You just, you know what I'm saying?
I already looked it up. I don't know why y'all playing with me. Y'all know I already looked it up.
Quit playing with him.
Trap.
Hey, in the trap though, you know who that person is? In the trap, that person is that one smart little cousin. Like we all hey, listen to me. When I said that everybody had that person popping my head, what that smart little cousin in the back room. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
now, if you say Snowfall,
I was just about to say,
Snowfall, they got the little computer whiz dude.
Dude in the hood, the smartest dude in the hood, the one dude that they knew for sure knew how to count. What they have him in the back with that money,
and he trustworthy.
And exactly because he know how to count. You know
yeah.
And think about this: if he steal it, he gonna do it in a manner so smooth that you ain't gonna notice it. So
he's smarter than you, son. You gonna have to take that. Hey, that come with the good and the bad. You gotta take that. But yeah, man, I really think that Mike McCarthy gonna switch up the necessities that we have. And like I said, I would like that numbers guy we was just imagining to look up Dak slot numbers too. Cause cause landlord just made a nice little argument. I know y'all sad about Schultz being gone.
Well, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna say something right now. You do realize that CeeDee Lamb, plays majority of his snaps in the slot. And last time I checked, he was an All-Pro last year.
Exactly. And then when he was just a plain old slot, what'd he do? Then when you had this guy named what his name? Randall Cobb, what did he do?
Got paid.
What did Cedric Wilson do? Like it's a lot of people that that be cooking, bro. That be cooking.
Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you this right here. With everything you're saying, CeeDee Lamb should have 1,800 yards this year.
Man, CeeDee finna go ballistic, bro. Cause look, we really underselling how great and dynamic that duo was last year, bro. Dak to CeeDee went crazy last year.
And about this. Now he's gonna have to force some throws to CeeDee. And to be honest with you, I want him to. That's why I said this statement the other day, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, West Coast, there you go saying weird stuff again." Listen to me. Landlord, you're a wide receiver. Bro, you gonna have to. Jerry even said it himself. Listen to me. If a dude's open, sometimes you gotta throw the ball, man. So you know what Jerry was saying? Jerry was saying, bro, we not tripping up no damn interceptions with our defense.
I was just about to say, well, see, you could tell when real football people in the room. Cause I was just about to tell you, like, okay, if you want Dak to do that, you're gonna have to understand, it's you gotta take the good with the bad. Cause look, why you think Romo was like that?
They empowered him to do so.
Romo did not care 1/0 inch of a to throw the ball at Dez or T.O. Romo was gonna throw that ball up there and let his player go make a play. That's what
said. If you're not throwing interceptions, you're not trying.
That's the definition of a gunslinger. And you know who got that out of Dak though? But Dak kind of the great medium because he can be a gunslinger and still make a little more smarter decisions. You know who got that out of him?
Kittner.
Kittner let that boy let it fly, and we seen that's when Dak trajectory started going up to me.
2019 season.
And John Kittner told him, and he said this to the media. He said, because everybody, this was the year that everybody was saying that Dak was throwing all these interceptions. Oh my God, landlord, we literally just talked about this it was 1 o'clock in the morning here. So
I just said that conversation was cooking though, low key.
Literally and I was like, bro, see, when we're at the draft, instead of us having this conversation, we're just gonna go live.
Yeah.
And I was saying this, right? First off, John Kittner told Dak Prescott, because at training camp he was throwing out interceptions, right? And they asked him about the interceptions at training camp. They asked John Kidden, and John Kidden told him this. He said, I told him to let it fly.
Let it rip. Yes.
Let it fly. And he said, and if you throw an interception, it's on me. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I started telling landlord, like, and I was just telling him, like, that's why I love going to training camp, because when I go to training camp, I remember at the beginning of the training camp, Dak was tearing these mother effers apart.
Cooking.
He was tearing, he was eating digs. All the corners was looking like ass. He was tearing them all up. But guess what, bro? When you go to practice with someone 2 days, every single day, because you know in training camp, they practice like 6 days a week.
And for a few years, you got to add the years in there too.
So as the practice got on, and Dak is running the same plays. Of course, he's going to throw interceptions. Why? Because, bro, you're going up against the same guy. That's why it was so dope when Izzy said, man, listen to me. Trevon Diggs do some stuff, but I seen this dude do some stuff at practice.
He's cooking in practice.
Oh, my God. You know what I'm saying? And that's up to us, to real football players. That's like, wow. Why? Because we know, bro, dudes are different in practice. Why? Because, bro, I know who you are. I know who you are.
All your traits. That's why it always be interesting when ex-teammates line up against each other, because they know each other so well. You know what I'm saying? They like, bro, I've been practicing against you forever. That's why we interested to see. That's why we interested to see, like, people. I can't wait to see this year with Trey going up against Waddle and stuff. Like, know what I'm saying? These boys know each other from practice. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be. That's what we got into that conversation, and we broke it down to, like, bro, if I consistently beat you in practice, bro, that means you just can't touch me, bro. You can't mess with me. That's what that means. Because you know me, you know all my characteristics, you know all my moves. And that's what made that conversation interesting when we talked about that with Israel. When you said about Amari Cooper, he said, man, it don't matter what he do. He could do the same release 3 times. You're going to get tricked every time.
Trap.
Like, that was dope.
Hey, I'm gonna ask you a question, landlord. What is the highest compliment that you could give a wide receiver on his route running?
I mean,
that's kind of, but
it's kind of
like this. When someone says, bro, he runs the route tree, every route looks exactly the same.
Well, yeah, that's what every receiver goal is. You want all of it to look the same.
Every receiver coach in America right now, that's what they're selling parents on. Listen to me, I'm gonna teach your kid. When he runs a 9 route, it's gonna look like a 1. When he runs a 2 route, it's gonna look like a 9. Why? Because you want the cornerback to have to. You want the cornerbacks to think. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I played wide receiver a long period of my life. But then as I got older, I had to do what Izzy did. When I started playing semi-pro, I had to do what Izzy did. Like, bruh, these dudes is too fast for me. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to you, Goddess the Poet, with the 555 Super. She says, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I definitely want Dak to target CeeDee Lamb. I'm not scared of interceptions. Throw the down ball. Your son is in my thoughts, landlord. I appreciate that, Miss you Goddess the Poet. Thank you.
Yeah. So and we all, man, absolutely. But it's, you know, and just Kenny on that point, like the defense that you guys have, you have a defense that had 50 plus sacks last year. You can't be worrying about freaking throwing interceptions. What they say what that boy Jeezy said, what you know about he said stacking your money and going to the mall and spending all the 1s and the 20s. You know, 1s.
Yeah.
You know yeah. Like, listen to me, like, there are gonna, when you bake a cake, crumbs are gonna be like, that's just the crumbs of it.
It's the nature of the beast. Yeah.
Think about this. If Tony Romo looked at Dez has 64 touchdowns for the Cowboys. All right. He has 3 with the Ravens. So how many times do you honestly think Tony Romo looked at Dez and was like, he's covered, F it, and just put it up there? Think about this. Every freaking highlight I can think of Dez, he has somebody on him.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, shout out to Clebo for the $10 donation. Hey, I appreciate you. They got you 2 entries into the raffle. Thank you.
And think about this. CeeDee Lamb's best, his dopest highlight of his career, Oklahoma, he got a dude on him while he's trying to one-hand the pass. Like, man, there is an aspect about like the crazy catches. Like CeeDee Lamb was an aggressive guy in college, but there's an aspect of his game that we just don't use, and that's his high point ability to just go do nasty stuff in the air. Because, bro, he did all that stuff in Oklahoma.
Man, one of his craziest catches was that one in Minnesota. When I seen him make that catch, bro, I said, bro, he is him. I knew he was like that. Because, bro, that ball was so terribly wrong. It was so awful. When I seen him come down with, I said, oh, my God. I couldn't believe it. I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't believe it. That was a terrible throw.
And the cool thing about it is the catch was nasty, but I'm gonna tell you the hardest part of everything was getting his feet down, bro. Because realistically, the ball, that was a throwaway ball. And it was a ball thrown by a backup quarterback. So backup quarterback don't throw interceptions. You want to know why? Because, man, he ain't got nothing to lose. You can't.
And you seen what he did to the dude in the Giants. That one-hander on the sideline, and then he told him he was too small. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, he like that, bro.
Or think about the catch versus in New England. You know what I'm saying?
So he got that 50-50 ball ability, man. So that's what I'm saying, man. I gotta trust my quarterback, though. I ain't gonna lie. I trust that Dak is not gonna get rattled, and he is not gonna let the echoes of all these haters discourage him from being an aggressive quarterback. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Dak is gonna be Dak, and he is gonna make sure he stay aggressive. That's what I'm looking at. Because this is a discouraging year. Far as interceptions go, this a year where Dak might be, you know what I'm saying? He could possibly be a little gun shy, but I hope he don't. I think he's strong enough mental-wise to he won't let that affect him. I think he will.
And think about this. Even with the 15 interceptions, you got to the second round of the playoffs. So the
Exactly.
playoffs didn't stop you from doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying right now, the type of defense that you have, you can afford interceptions. You can afford them.
Facts. And then, like you said, that will bring the best out of him and CeeDee Lamb, too.
Yes.
CeeDee Lamb, they just scratching the surface, though. That's what's so crazy. And, like, when you think about CeeDee's skill set, man, I don't even know who to comp him to right now. Like, who would you comp him to? He can do everything, bro. He can do everything. Like, CeeDee, he nice like that.
The person out, like, he plays bigger on the field because CeeDee Lamb low-key turned into a running back. Like, he run like a.
I mean, he doing running back drills, man. He doing running back drills right now.
He runs all like a running back, bro. He runs.
Go look at his rushing yards. Like out of them limited carries, I think he got like 200 or some yards, and you know what I'm saying. He very productive when he get the ball out the backfield too.
Yes. I mean, look what he did in return game. Like he got a return touchdown. Y'all forget that.
Yeah.
So you know he good in open field with the ball in his hand. So no, I would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
That was his biggest attribute coming out of OU.
And he breaks tackles pretty consistently too. Like he breaks tackles pretty consistently. You gotta handle like CeeDee Lamb he's definitely trying. Not even trying. He has made himself into one of those guys that he's a guy that's hard to tackle. You know?
I ain't gonna lie, he sold me though, cause I ain't gonna lie. At first I thought he kind of had a little pretty boy vibes going on, but that boy play hard. He go put his head down. He took my respect. I was like, hey, see, he hard about it, bro. Like that. You remember we used to say hard about it from Wayne? No, that boy hard about it, man. See,
and speaking of that, man, he done improved his body. Like dude has gotten bigger every year. Like he can put on some significant muscle since he's been in the league, man.
Yeah, and I'll say this right here, like, you know, everybody talks about the option routes. Option routes are going to be in football. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But they need to go back to what they were originally designed for, tight ends.
I was about to say, typically they're not done that often all the way down the field.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They need to go back to what they're originally
running backs and tight ends and slot receivers. You know what I'm saying?
Because you guys
real quick, shout out to Michael Autry for the $20 donation, brother. They got you 4 entries. I appreciate you.
Shout out to you, Michael Autry. Y'all showing love today. That's what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, so man, we've been on here for about an hour, man. Hey man, what else y'all? Is anything else y'all in the comments y'all got?
I mean, we got some. We got some planned. We even talked about, man, because we were talking about the history of pick number 26, and if you go back even all the way down to 2011 to now, there's not a lot of guys that panned out at that particular position, man. Yeah. And I'm just gonna read you the list of people, and I know you ain't heard. I know you don't remember half these guys. So let me just for real. Let's run through this real quick. 2011, pick 26 belonged to the Kansas City Chiefs. They took Jonathan Baldwin. Do you even remember him? No.
Absolutely not.
2012, Whitney Merciless got took by the Houston Texans. While he stayed around in the league, he was never a Pro Bowl selection, never, like a premier guy. Datone Jones he got drafted 2013 by the Green Bay Packers. He's out of the league at age.
That's the homie. Don't be nice. That's the homie.
I'm just saying, like he didn't really pan out like that, right?
You trash.
My finger slipped, bro.
He said, "Oh my God, why he had to catch a stray like that?"
Jones is the reason why. Hey, that's the homie, man.
Hey, Marcus,
not him necessarily, but
Marcus Smith, 2014 Philadelphia Eagles. Do y'all remember him? No, nobody does. Rashad Perriman, like he ain't lived up to that draft spot yet. Let's keep it real. This is one gonna hit home for you the very next year. Okay. Paxton Lynch.
And this was almost y'all quarterback, and y'all be sitting up here hating on Dak.
Trap.
You got us to pour with the 222. She says landlord and HTM did a vid on Dak interceptions at Cowboy Brian. Yeah, we broke them all down. Them all down. And
remember though, we're pick 26, but we're only going to be picking 20. We're going to be the 25th player though, because Miami lost a pick for cheating.
Or was it the other way around? Was we actually 27th and we gonna be picking 26 because of Miami?
No, because I don't know. That's a good.
I think we actually
we don't go down. Miami just loses their spot. There's just going to be because Miami was picked.
We go up. That's what I'm saying. Theoretically, we'll go up because we'll be like the 26th team picking. Even though we'll be really the 27th, I believe. It's either that way or the way you say it. It's one of those two.
Yeah. So
Miami over here getting in trouble, getting banned because
and then they dumb A didn't even sign the damn quarterback.
No,
they didn't even sign him. That you lost your whole first round pick and didn't even sign the dude.
That's like man, that's stupid. Then
we were 27th, but we are 26. Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Okay.
Yeah. Then this other 26 pick, he's on the team right now. Tack McKinley on your practice squad. So some of these next guys, like 2018 up, they've been more successful. Calvin Ridley, but landlord putting this out. Can you really say it's a success when he's not on your team no more?
You can't. Because like I told you, bro, like it don't matter how successful they are, how good of a draft pick or talent they are. Like I liken it to Henry Ruggs, man. You know, that's my Bama guy. This boy was gonna be phenomenal. He's just as good as Water, I think. But
speaking of I gotta bring this up right now. Speaking of Bama guys, DJ Fluker was at that mother freaker looks huge.
Yeah, he's a very huge human being.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now: those type of guys are the type of guys Cowboys like bringing in.
But I'm just saying, just like Starter Kick Duke said, shout out to you. Really nice. But look, really ain't on your team no more. You know what I'm saying? He had to go to the
Jacksonville, remember?
And he got suspended for a year too.
Yeah, see that what I'm saying? Okay, that's what's gonna be alarming for people like the Carter kid that got a little baggage now. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how good the prospect is. If he ain't on the field, he ain't on the field. And it really don't matter why he ain't on the field. It don't matter after a while.
Carter kid get indicted or anything on any type of charges for that?
No, he all right.
But you know how it go, bro. If you got rumbles this late, they like, everybody gonna be semi-standoffish. But he's such a big.
How did he not get indicted? Like, isn't that the same thing that happened with the dude in the Raiders kid?
No, because he wasn't. The car he was driving didn't wreck. Like, he didn't cause the accident. The person he was racing was drunk and wrecked their car. Street racing is illegal, but the person wrecking had nothing to do with his driving. And
did it himself, right?
I feel like on the West Coast they don't give a damn. Because I feel like people have gotten charged regardless. Guys, if you're engaged in street arrests, you get in Cali. Because Because Ruggs was Ruggs drunk? Ruggs, did he actually hit somebody, right?
Yeah, he hit somebody and killed somebody.
You kill somebody. See, that's what I'm saying. Like after a while, it don't matter. That's what I was telling him because it's a good conversation. Because like
them
when
damn
you think
Corvettes
about,
kill more folks. Them damn
Yeah.
Corvettes, bro.
you gotta be on the team. Like it don't matter how good of a player you was. Well, where you be a good player at on the field, and if you ain't on the field, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So that's a part of your evaluation. That's why we biting the bullet right now on Kevin Joseph right now because he had some red flags, but we ignored them. You know what I'm saying?
The only thing I'm gonna say then, if we're going just by that assessment, right? The only 26 pick so far that has panned out is Montez Sweat,
and he nice though. But
yeah,
hey, he got 1 year probation. Hey,
yeah.
I know the one kid. Listen to me. I'm gonna tell y'all this. The dude from Georgia. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now though. The NFL is changing. Because I'm gonna tell you, I feel like 5 years ago, if this dude would have been involved in this, he would almost be undraftable. Because Lael Collins, who should have been a first round pick, was in a similar. All they had to do was, and the investigation was over 2 days after the draft. Like, come on, they didn't even. They knew this. They knew they were not going to indict Lael Collins on murder. It's like, come on, bro. They knew they were not going to indict him. You know what I'm saying?
Murder was the case.
And you know Jared's slightly nefarious now. You know Jared. Guys,
but what I'm saying is the whole NFL is starting to be nefarious because, bro, they don't care. I haven't heard about this Carter dude dropping.
He ain't gonna drop far. I tell you that.
That's what I'm saying. Like people,
he might still be top 5.
So they said he ain't falling out of top 10.
So think about this. So what I'm saying is, when we talk to you guys about players who have issues and stuff like that, as long as they producing, so guess what? If Kelvin Joseph start producing, I'm not gonna give a damn about nothing he did on the field.
But look, we don't talk about this much because he's such a phenomenal player. You know who had red flags? Micah. Micah had red flags coming out.
He was not about to get me canceled, bro. Next subject.
I'm just saying.
I'm not about to have.
We shall not speak on what will not be speak on.
No, I just talked about.
All we said a blank statement. Red flags. That's a euphemism for whatever you want to put up in there.
Dak had red flags too, though.
Everybody had red flags. I'm glad they did because they Cowboys now.
You got to be slightly nefarious now. That's what we're telling you. But no, all jokes aside, it's still. It's a good side to it and it's a bad side to it. But honestly, man, it seems like some of the best players be having them flags, though. It be like, man, this dude, but he like this. It's like, you got to be a special, humble type player to be this big on campus and still be a nice guy. It's kind of rare. So when you get a player like that, you got to really like, you know what I'm saying, be happy about it. Typically, they come in quarterbacks a lot, too, though.
Hey,
well, it's easier for quarterbacks to hide stuff.
We should all have a moment of clarity. A moment of clarity. If you want to have a moment of clarity, walk up to your gal right now, kiss a real fat kiss on the lips, and say, baby, be real with me. When you met me, did I have any red flags? If she kiss you back and just walk off, she good. But if she
my girl gonna be like, boy, you a walking red flag.
Bro, listen to me. Yo, she gonna be
my
like,
girl like, they ain't gonna play with me.
Babe, you know how you were saying that you were going to work from 9 to 5, and and you always going down there in Oak Cliff, and there's no.
No, I was slightly nefarious. Slightly nefarious.
Slightly.
The GPS says you're at such and such. I mean, there was little red flags. There were, little here's and there's. You never put the seat up. Never put it down. Like, it's crazy.
Somebody said greetings from Mexico. And,
Mexico.
I don't know what the rest of it is, but salute to you.
From the Mexico? Like the Mexico. Like Mexico.
Gustavo, I'm not Gustavo Barbosa Cerrito. I did good. Let me know if I did great. Rate my execution on that name pronunciation. You know,
a 3. I'm rating it a 3.
Don't do that. Gustavo is right.
Hey, good morning. We got the big time show in the building. What's up with you, OG?
What's up with you, my guy? Appreciate you.
Hey, Slide. Hey, let's jump on one day next week. Try Monday. What you think?
Chata said a -9. Y'all don't do me right, bro. Y'all dead wrong.
Man, yeah, you spoke some French. He said a 4 out of 10.
Look. I know Gustavo is right though, and Barbosa. I know them two right.
Right here though, Gustavo, Barbosa, Cerrito.
That's the one I got wrong, but the first two I know them right. Yeah, Gustavo and Barbosa. I know that.
And I live in Cali, man.
You supposed to be bilingual.
I speak broken English. Y'all know that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I said we're supposed to be bilingual, saying in Cali.
Oh, I am. But I'm as soon as I go.
But you know Spanish. You supposed to know Spanish then.
I know. As soon as I walk up to the taco stand, I know exactly what I'm ordering.
Look at on Taco Bell. That's
what you mean. John says, "Hey, tell him West Coast. That's the Alabama slang." Heard that. Q Dog said I had too many red flags. Yeah, we all gonna have some red flags.
He said, "Thanks for all the work. We appreciate you, man.
We appreciate you, sir."
Like my pastor say, as long as our good outweigh our bad, we always gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Brian Peter said, "I was so wrong on Michael, passionately wrong." Ain't that's a great feeling though, right? That's an excellent feeling to me. I love to be wrong about my player. Like, give me a pleasant surprise. Shout out to the show with the $5 soup. I appreciate you, sir.
Yes, sir.
We did great reactions, West Coast. I said I might go digging in them crates and put a little compilation together or something.
Mm-hmm.
We had some good reactions to them games.
What, from this year?
Yeah,
we're doing the watch parties.
Show, yeah, from the watch parties and stuff.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, we had some good reactions to them games. Yeah.
Hey, the highs and the lows of 2020.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna be. Cause it's gonna be a mixtape.
He said, "I'm from Tennessee." What is it?
Tennessee. He from Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Man, you know, right? We barely got Alabama now, so you know. We take one vacation a year, maybe. Hopefully.
It says I was scared that we reached the guy who didn't play 2020. So yeah, Micah wasn't an early round pick for me either, but we were both wrong early initially.
I love to be wrong about my
Me too.
I love to be wrong about my
I love to be wrong too.
LVE down the stretch. Cause I was bad. I was low on him. And then he showed up.
Yeah.
He showed up.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I ain't never wrong. You wanna know why? Because when I'm wrong, I could be right, and when I'm right, I could be wrong. I'm gonna tell y'all why. I'm gonna tell y'all what to do though.
No unknowns and no.
Hey, listen.
There are known knowns. There are known unknowns, and there are unknown unknowns. Things we don't know. We don't know.
Hey, listen. This is what I realized. Right? This is what I realized. As long as you speak your truth in that moment, you'll never be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? And then you got to also remember this: as the facts change, you have the ability to change your facts. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the stuff that we say about players in content and things that are going on, it's not that we'll be wrong a month from now. It's that we are correct in what you're looking at right now. And to be honest with you, that's how it should always be in football. Because in football, you should only be using film. You should only be using film. You know what I'm saying? You should only be using what you can physically see right now. So if you see a guy that isn't doing those attributes and trait right now, then you could be like, yeah, he's not good. And to be honest with you, that's what I did with CeeDee Lamb. At the beginning of this season, what was my biggest thing? What was I kept saying? Everybody want to say, West Coast, you was wrong about CeeDee Lamb. I said, no, I wasn't wrong. I said CeeDee Lamb is not a number one receiver. Yet.
You was saying what you saw at the time. It's a difference of evaluating a player right now than projecting a player. Because I do a lot of projections. And to be fair, a lot of people give me credit about Bland. I was right, but I was wrong about a lot of people too. I was wrong about Kevin Joseph. I was wrong. I thought he would be good, but I think a lot of people thought he was
about himself. He thought his rap was good.
I thought a lot of people thought he was gonna be decent though. At least this year, I thought he was gonna take over the 2 spot, but I was wrong. So it's cool to be wrong sometimes too. I thought Quinn Bohanna was gonna take another step. You know, it looked like he was off to a good start, and then he kind of, fell down back to reality some kind of way. But everybody had their projections. I feel like I'm finna go right back into them again. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna go right back into my projections of who I think finna step up and all that right now. So I'm going full throttle right back into it. So hey, we'll see who I'm right on and see who I'm wrong on. But I'm telling you, like I said, nobody seen Bland being that good. Know what I'm saying? Nobody did.
West Coast did.
I was one of the first people when I first seen him in preseason. I was like, oh, he good.
Yeah,
he good.
I got you then.
Yeah.
I mean, but see, listen to me. The first video I made was with Deron Bland. He was at training camp, and I ranked him as because Trevon Diggs didn't practice that day, and everybody took the video crazy because I said he was the best cornerback that day. But Trevon Diggs also didn't practice that day, right? But that's why there was so much hate on the video. But I still highlighted that the dude was playing well. And I'm gonna tell y'all, that is the importance of
training camp.
And I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. Some people will say, well, West Coast, you were wrong about Dennis Houston. I wasn't wrong about Dennis Houston. Why? Because man, Dennis Houston was tearing their ass up at training camp.
And he's still on the team too.
And
still on the team.
But
yeah, he on practice squad. That's hey, if he's still on the team, that's a win.
And he was just at Dak backyard, so he's trying.
That's a win, really. That's a win.
He was tearing their ass up. But listen, that's what we're always going to do, though. We're always going to talk about guys in the context of the now. So, if you're watching film right now and it shows that this guy should be doing these things, then you can say, I believe that he's going to do it. But then you give time and essence to happen, and guess what? You don't do it. It's not that you were wrong. You were looking at the film right then. You know what I'm saying?
Lombardi said it perfectly. Just to be fair, he said the tangibles were there. It was the intangibles that we can't detect. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the luxury to go investigate everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that we don't have. That's the L that we gonna have to take. But the thing about it is, just like you give Mel Kiper and all of them people grace, you got to give us grace. You know what I'm saying? They got more resources than we got. They be wrong all the time.
Yes, and Kiper.
And y'all don't blow them up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't blow them up. When we wrong, landlord, you're wrong, and I knew you was wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't say that on the Mel Kiper and them posts and stuff. They be wrong too. So we all human. We all gonna be wrong sometimes. Hindsight is always 20/20, like Jay Money said right there, man. So you absolutely right. But I stand on mine, though. You know what I'm saying? I stand on mine. I said this year, I like Damone Clark. I said that early. Damone Clark got on the street, on the field and outshined a lot of people, became a starter. Hey, that's a W for me. I said I like Devin Harper as well. We'll see how that go. But
that's what I'm saying. We're always gonna speak of players in their current. You know what I'm saying? It's just like your kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here putting a Lamborghini on lease. You know what I'm saying that my son's gonna be in the NFL. I'll come back in 10 years and come pick it up. I'm not doing that. I'm looking at my son right now in the sphere of what they are right now today. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always want to push. But yo, man, I gotta get up out of here, man. We've been on here for about an hour and 18 minutes, man. Hey, landlord, let them know when you're going live again.
Might be shortly, but it's gonna be later on the day. We off. We having a holiday. When it's a holiday, you get special privileges and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we coming back with it. But I go by Landlord from Alabama with the same handle on all social media. So holla at your boy, man. I appreciate all the love and support. Hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge your card on all 3 channels, man. We need y'all support to keep this train rolling, man. So y'all look out for your people, man.
Indeed, it's your boy Henny Damore reporting live from the liquor store. I appreciate you for coming over, getting drunk with me on this Cowboy content. And I always tell y'all to drive safely. But if you see an Eagles fan in the middle of the road, you have my permission to run they ass over.
Good grief.
Expeditiously.
In an expedition. But I ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't put me in.
Allegedly. You said the hit.
Allegedly. Well, hey, man. Hey, and you guys already know it's your boy West Coast, man. Make sure you guys have your notifications on. Don't forget, don't forget, this is just the obvious, man. We are at draft countdown. We are at get on airplane countdown. We are in get in car countdown. We are going to the NFL draft.
I can't wait to this draft, y'all. We
lit.
We lit, y'all. We lit.
With you. I'm at the point now where I am, because I know I'm going to the draft. I'm tired of talking about it.
I'm ready to go.
I'm totally honest with you. Like, I feel like the more I talk about it, the longer it's taking to get here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
live reaction's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
like draft somebody. It's gonna be crazy.
I'm ready to go, bro. I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to go. And think about this you know the crazy thing about this is, think about this, fellas. After the draft, like these next 2 weeks, the draft is literally like in 2 weeks, right? Well, 3 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks will be at the draft. Boom, draft's here. Then, as soon as the draft's over, it's what? May 1st. Then you have the damn season release.
Mini
camps. You're gonna get through May. Then you literally have a month and a half until training camp. In less than 4 months, you're gonna be out. They're gonna be out. What is this? April, May, June, July. Damn, less than 4 months, bro. Dallas Cowboys gonna be in Southern California for training camp. We are literally almost over this.
This finna go crazy though.
Thank
God.
God.
We still got the suck coming. The suck is still coming though.
And we gonna do all that with y'all support. We appreciate that too, man.
We shall survive. We shall survive because of y'all, man.
Yes, sir. I'm out of here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all already know what it is, man. Make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all got your notifications on. And you already know what it is. Never look down.